to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
All right, we're all here.
Yeah.
Okay, now, this pisses me off.
What?
We've got, what, is that a Twitter or Twitch? Or the purple one?
Twitch.
Twitch.
Uh-huh.
We've got 2 Twitch channels up. For some reason, they keep dumping their stupid damn promotional advertisements
What do you
in
mean?
our comments feed.
That's Joe's.
That's Joe going in.
That's Joe
NDCD is
Bachman.
now live with us. You idiot. Stick to blowing up shit.
I am.
Yeah, I don't know how that actually got set up because I wasn't supposed to do that.
You set it up once, and it's going to do it forever.
Yeah. I finally updated OBS and Scream Elements.
Okay.
So I've been going through all that.
I'm going to play Joe McCarthy here. Okay. I think he's a Russian porn bot. Okay. That's.
If I was, I wouldn't be on the side of 8094 every day.
Or if you were on the side of 8094 every day, you'd be more highly rated.
So how's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah.
Well, so far our entire audience is Dawn.
Really? Well,
Hello, Dawn.
And
It is
whoever's on the Indie CD Twitch channel is our only viewer.
Oh, that would be Joe.
That actually, it is me trying to figure out what the hell I said.
where are the Russian porn bots when we need them? I'll tell you.
Where's Carl and
Evidently,
Donna?
they're over on.
Yeah, that's a good question. Where's
Never
Carl?
mind the furthermore.
They'll probably be over here shortly. They were over on Jody McPhee's stream.
Ah, yes.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's drinks involved.
There better be.
Oh. No, but before the show, we were talking about dry pour. Dan, the guy, within 48 hours was able to park a Ford F-350 plumber's truck on the pad.
What was the ambient temperature at the time?
He was in Florida.
Oh, okay. That helps.
Yeah.
And there she
Hi, Dawn.
is.
Hello.
Hi.
You could see that it was a little risky.
Well, I mean, seriously, I've never heard of dry pour before I saw that one DIY video.
Okay, that makes so much more sense.
What?
With Joe DeHug's accent, I kept hearing drop whore. I'm like, what? I'm like, eventually it's going to get. I kind of figured by the fact that you're talking about 10 by 10 slabs, you know, what it was. But yeah, okay. Now that I actually heard Dan say dry pour, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that's the Knoxville nuclear built accent. I am kind of comprehensible in several districts, but not really.
But it was pretty neat that you could pretty much bust about 20 bags, rake it out, throw your mesh wire in there, and bust 20 more bags across the top of it, and it makes a 6x6 slab.
Yeah. The thing is, in order to get a smooth surface, you got to be very, very misty with the watering.
Yeah.
And then it gradually soaks all the way through to the ground. The more often that you spray it down with water, and it pretty much sets the concrete.
John, I think you need to see a doctor for that.
Oh, it's got a green label, and I have a green screen effect on. So it's
I know. I know.
Well, I was going to tell y'all something, and this kind of blew it.
That's
but I'm going
that's
to
that Sam Adams green beer, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Went to the store today to buy some stuff for dinner, and they just happened to have the new summer sampler packs in. 12 beers. They have three bottles of 4 different types of beer. And one of them just happens to be my beloved Porch Rocker, which is a lemon shandy that they put out that's just incredible.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a perfect beach beer. And it finally came out today. It's limited edition, and I can never find a 6-pack or 12-pack of just summer or Porch Rocker.
So write them and say you need a truckload.
Do you know how many times I've actually thought about getting one of them little keg fridges? But if I were to set
Not
it up,
often enough, because you still don't have one.
I'd never leave my room. I'd pee out the damn window. Just
Zach probably will not be in tonight.
oh,
Okay.
I sent him a link, by the way.
He's developed class.
Yeah, India's launching.
Conscience. Hello, Carl. Hello, Donna. We're not ignoring you. We're just.
They finally showed up. About damn time.
About time, slackers. Slack ass, slack ass, slack ass.
I'm just working on something for Michaela, and I was like, I cannot read and do this at the same time.
And with any luck, Aunt Donna will forget I called her a slack ass by the time HallowCon rolls around and the next time I see her in person.
No,
Otherwise, I'm getting an
No.
ass kicking and not in the good way.
She's
No,
female. She'll remember
she's
from
written that down in the notebook. It's forever. You're doomed. You're all gonna die. You should have stayed in Lilliput.
She'll
That's
be
good.
lying in her coffin. You'll go by to do the visitation and the viewing and everything. She'll have a little
And I'll still get a
label.
back slap.
She'll have a little label on her dress that says, "Hi, my name is. I can't believe you called me a slack ass." Okay.
March 25th. Rich called me a slack ass. Every day. Okay. With compound interest, this is this many ass kickings.
I had a Panama Jack jersey, sweat t-shirt jersey, long sleeve t-shirt basically. And somewhere down the line, I'd worn it so much the cuffs had worn out. So I went to the beach. I cut the sleeves off. My mom hated that shirt. Okay. I washed it one last time, folded up very neatly, put it in a Ziploc bag. It's in my will that during my viewing in my casket, I will be wearing a cut off Panama Jack t-shirt.
For some reason, it's only showing that we've got one viewer, yet Carl and Donna are watching. So evidently,
It takes a little bit to update, Joe. You know that. It's Facebook or YouTube. It's somebody that's trying to make
It's
money.
FaceTube.
Yeah. FaceTube. Hey, I like that actually.
Yeah.
U-Book.
Oh, Dan, I sent you the link to the method that guy used.
Okay, I will check it out. Having seen one that was done successfully for the small size that I intend, I'll have to compare the two and see if there's any difference between the way they did it and the way the folks I'd already seen have done it. It does give me hope that I won't have to buy my own personal cement mixer.
Yeah.
You know you rent them things, right?
Yeah, but it costs less to buy one. Plus, I may have use for it later.
Yeah. But the nice thing about renting one, you don't have to clean it that good.
If you don't clean your tools when you're through with them, you're a slack ass. Really. Says the guy that hasn't washed his car in 5 years.
Now that I can't do. I wash mine at least once every 3 months, whether it needs it or not.
Sort of like your socks.
Or his underwear. Well,
Well, you know.
Okay, now you're assuming too much now.
I know. So I said, never mind. I'm not going. I opened that damn gate.
Hey, yeah. Of course, it is Saturday night and it is bath night. Dan knows.
Well,
Dan knows.
I keep hearing an ABBA song with the lyrics changed to Commando rather than Fernando.
It is Commando Saturday, so you know what that means, right? I'll be making jokes about the Arnold Schwarzenegger hit film Commando all night long. What happened to Sully? I let him go.
Hey, that toss with the skill saw blade in Commando, that still is burned in my head.
It's not a tumor.
Bennett, let us some steam.
Oh Lord!
He threw that skill saw blade so hard, it removed the guy's head from about here up.
Hey, just
Circular saw, not skill saw.
Yeah,
I like you,
it's
Sonny.
a skill
I'll
on the
kill you
blade.
last. You said you'd kill me last. I lied.
There's no one left on the planet but you and me.
Okay. My favorite part of that whole movie is he was going through the army surplus store with the secret room, and he was getting all the stuff. And Radon Chong was taking a load out to the car, and the cops came in and busted him, and they're taking him away. And she pulls up past the armored car they've got him in, pulls up past him, keeps going, smiles at the cops as she goes by, stands up, and it's a convertible. She stands up with the M202 flash rocket launcher, goes to fire. She's got it backwards.
Oh,
So there's a back blast toward the cops. The rocket goes behind her, hits a building way down the street, and they're like, "Oh shit!" She flips it around, aims it at him again, and
don't you have to reload those?
no, it's a 4-shot.
Hey, Matt.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I got stuck with one of those one year.
We won't ask where.
I was stationed in Berlin, and they made me carry the damn thing for some reason. And I found out later why I was carrying it. I was the new guy.
And it was heavy.
No, it's not that heavy. It's just that they don't have any training munitions for it, so you carry it around. It's a chunk of metal and plastic. But turns out if you do get live rounds for it, they are high explosive anti-armor incendiary rounds with white phosphorus in them. And there's 4 of them in a cartridge. If one of those rounds takes a bullet hit, the white phosphorus ignites on contact with air. You get a shoulder full of incendiary. And a head full of incendiary, and pretty much your entire squad gets, incendiaried, and
So it doesn't matter who's carrying it if it takes a round.
And nobody. It's kind of like a flamethrower. Nobody wanted to carry the damn thing. Everybody wants to shoot it. Nobody wants to carry it.
Yeah, right. You carry it. I'll take the nozzle.
I thought, Rich, thought you had to walk away for a minute, so that's why I pulled you down.
No, Misty called our youngest.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was watching something, John, on the A10 about, the history of the A10.
Yeah.
It's now 50 years old from
At
its
least.
first. It's 50 years old. Then it showed one of the rounds sitting next to a Budweiser bottle.
Guess which was smaller?
Yeah, the Budweiser.
It's a 30 millimeter round, and the casing on it's about the size of a beer bottle.
Yeah.
And then you got the 30 millimeter round on the end of it, and it's a depleted uranium armor pierce or high explosive depleted uranium penetrator round, and it's evil in multiple fashions.
Sometimes
pretty much if you hit anything with a 30 millimeter round, doesn't matter whether it's high explosive or not, it's going to obliterate whatever it touches for an appreciable distance.
On the video, it showed it that sometimes, depending on how lightly armored whatever is, when it explodes, it's on the outside of the other side of the vehicle.
Yeah. It's hard to fine-tune something like that. I mean, aluminum armor is a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Not a very good thing, but it is a thing.
Well, it's better than a T-shirt.
Not much. Not much.
There's that joke from the movie To Hell and Back, the Audie Murphy story.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely enough, starring Audie Murphy, where they're getting on the tanks because they're getting a ride on the tanks to their objective. you armored guys got lucky. You're protecting this tank. And the tanker goes, this thing's only got like 2 inches of armor up front. And the guy grabs his shirt and goes, how much armor do you think this thing got?
Oh yeah.
Was Audie
Oh,
Murphy another one of the Tennessee
Yep.
heroes?
I
No.
do believe.
No, he's
No?
from Texas.
Alvin
Alvin York was the
Alvin York was from Tennessee.
sort of.
Audie Murphy, yes, you're right, was from Texas. I sit corrected.
And Desmond Dost is a Chattanooga guy.
Sort of.
Hmm.
I think he's actually from Woodville, but
Yeah.
or he moved to Woodville. I know he's from somewhere around. Let's put it this way: he knew Don Welch.
Yeah. Everybody knew Don Welch.
Everybody knew Brother Don.
Grandpappy Welch's weather. Till Paul Bears came along, he was the closest weatherman that we had.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, I think they actually have. I'm not sure because I haven't been in there since I heard it got done. But after Don Welch passed away, I hear they made a memorial booth at the Hardee's in Woodville.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
The joke was he was like the Hardee's spokesman for the area, so he was always talking about Hardee's breakfast biscuits. He was the Hardee's breakfast biscuit guy.
I can believe that.
So
They
he'd
got
come
some
on-
good breakfast biscuits.
He'd come on in the morning, he'd do the weather
Generally.
report and Hardee's breakfast biscuits, and he'd talk about how apparently he knew everybody at the Hardee's in Woodville. And apparently that if he had to do a weather report from Woodville, that's where he was that he was either at the Hardee's or at the high school.
Mm.
Which is within eyeshot of the Hardee's.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's put it this way. Here's the main highway. Here's the crossroad. Here's the Hardee's. Here's the high school.
Well, the way you talk about the town, it's only about 3 blocks wide, the entire thing.
I
5?
think the entire time, if I remember correctly, the whole town is 5 miles long, but it's only about 1/8 of a mile wide on either side of the highway.
So it's a strip mall.
Yeah, pretty much. And the last time I drove through there, I believe I counted 3 stoplights. But that's been a while. I haven't driven through there in like 12 years or something.
Yeah.
That's 3 more than a town I grew up in.
Danielsville used to have a stoplight. They put in a roundabout.
I like
Everybody
roundabouts,
hates
and
it.
y'all can't be mad at me. I love the roundabouts.
I love them too.
Oh, they're perfectly fine. I'm used to
Nobody
it.
knows how to take turns in them.
Yeah,
But
But
my problem is
the weird thing is, if I may, the weird thing is, they always had a roundabout around the county courthouse in the middle of the town.
yes.
So they put one 2 blocks further on where there used to be a red light, and
and
all of a
nobody can figure out
sudden,
how to use it. Yeah.
people lose their mind. It's just like the courthouse. If somebody's coming, you stop. If nobody's coming, you go.
The first time I ever saw a traffic circle was when I got stationed at Fort Knox. Fort Knox had 2 of them. And that kind of, and I'd never been to Fort Knox before, so I'm trying to find this building I'm looking for, and it just happens to be next to the traffic circle. They just don't, it's next to the traffic circle. The traffic circle's 200 yards across and round. Which right next to it are you talking about?
Where you see the sign for whatever it is you're looking for.
It's strange enough, it wasn't in the traffic circle. You had to take a road off of the traffic circle, and the sign was over there. So
This way to whatever the fuck you're looking
yeah,
for.
exactly.
North, south, east, or west of the traffic circle.
That
That-
would have been that.
that's-
would have been nice.
Hey! Cardinal
That's
directions
military
are
intelligence.
anathema to a lot of people.
And just for the record, it was south of the traffic circle. But what blew my mind was I've
I
always
would
been
think
a
it
fan
wouldn't
of.
be
I've always been a
that
fan
hard
of
for
armored
military.
vehicles.
Sorry.
I've always been a fan of armored vehicles, and their traffic circle had the big home Fort Knox home to something armor, and they had 3 tanks out there in a triangular formation around the sign at the flagpoles and everything like that. And they were all World War II veteran tanks. Or one was Korean War, one was World War II, and I can't remember what the other one was. But they'd all been freshly painted. I'm driving around there like, whoa, that's awesome.
Okay, if you want a challenge, look up the Magic Roundabout in Swindon, England.
Nope.
It's a roundabout that is made of roundabouts.
The very first roundabout that they did in Minnesota, I had to drive through every day to go to work. I had to drive past when they were constructing it. I had to drive
Dan,
around it.
in England, they call that a magic roundabout. In the United States, we call that hydroplaning.
No,
So-
we call that. Somebody decided to jump the center of that one with a transfer truck.
So
John,
the other,
You've seen my handiwork.
John will agree with me. The best, they put in 2 traffic circles here in Chattanooga at the same time. And the best place they put them, and I'm so glad, I love them, it's up there at the dam.
You know, I do kind of like those, but the only problem is every time I go through them, instead of just pulling up and making my left turn like I used to, now I have to do drive through TVA and DuPont and all sorts.
Yeah.
And
Well, I used to come home from
I
Fort
don't have a cat
Oglethorpe.
in here.
okay, that's Whitwell. Whitwell. You notice I'm pronouncing it correctly. Let's see, where am I looking for?
All I see is some
there it is.
hazy blue and orange lines.
There's the Hardys, and there's the elementary school, and where's the high school? Should be right here next to this.
Should be.
There it is. Okay.
And that cemetery's where my wife's mom's buried.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
All right. There's the Hardys, there's the highway, and there's the 3 different schools.
My way or the highway.
Let's see if it'll.
That still makes much more sense than the blue and orange lines.
There we go. And you can see the boundaries there. What I was talking about, it's like 5 miles long and an eighth of a mile wide.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where we're going, we don't need no boundaries. And now, why am I thinking of Cryptid Crunch?
One taco fart and the entire town's gone.
So
All right.
speaking of round, good.
Let's see here, real quick. There's the first traffic light next
How
to the
many
Hardys.
times you gonna go through that car?
That's the same traffic light. All right.
You realize it's got J2 assist. Look at the back of it.
You know, it looks like it's carrying nuclear waste.
Well, it is Tennessee.
And don't laugh, there are nuclear plants nearby.
I know. One of the few built on the fault line, yes.
Well, actually, there's a spot on Cumberland Mountain looking out, and you can actually see 2 nuclear plants
Really?
in the same view. Yeah, you can see Watts Bar and Sequoia.
And say that word again, please, Joe.
Sequoia?
Nope.
What, Watts Bar?
Nope.
Nuclear?
That's the one.
Did he say nuclear?
I'm not making fun of Joe Dog. I swear I'm not. I'm just observing that I need to learn more about the accent before I can actually
Okay.
attempt it in conversation.
I appear to be. Oh wait, there's another one. Okay, there is another traffic light. Okay.
You went 7 miles and hit one traffic light?
Don't laugh. This is Tennessee.
So
Hey,
a few weeks
around
ago,
here,
I
you're
was,
lucky to
75
go 7
miles
feet
between
without
traffic
hitting one.
lights in Tennessee isn't uncommon.
Joe was saying something. Bachman was saying something.
a few weeks ago, I was heading to visit my mom up at the hospital here in Hobart, and there's a roundabout you have to go through to get to it. And I pull up, and there's a car coming from my left, so I wait. A couple of the other cars that were heading the same direction as I was had gone through, and the two of the cars take off. The third one goes to take off and starts turning towards me.
The wrong way round.
So I'm thinking, well, the way they were taking the turn at first, I'm thinking, okay, they might have missed the turn they wanted on the previous road, and they're just going to flip a U-turn rather than do the smart thing and just drive all the way around the fucking thing. But she starts to turn, and then she starts going the wrong way around the roundabout as another vehicle's coming at her. I hit my construction lights. I start honking the horn. She drives up onto the sidewalk. The other car goes past. She goes around, heading to the hospital, just like the rest of the vehicles were. Sat there on the sidewalk for two more vehicles to go past her, and then took off. It's like you watch the two vehicles in front of you and what route they took, and you decided to go the English route.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Now,
Now,
it was about a week ago that I went through the roundabout that replaced the stoplight in Danielsville. And I was coming back from the hardware store, which is
Huh?
opposite of the way I usually approach the darn thing. And I pull up, there's a car sitting there at the entrance to one of the lanes of the roundabout, just like that. Okay, up there on the upper right, that's where the car was sitting, and it just sat there. It just sat there. I came up to the intersection. I go, okay, obviously this person doesn't know how to navigate this, so let me give them an example. So I went halfway around, turned on my turn signal, got off on the road that I wanted to get off, looked back in the rearview mirror, and they're still sitting there trying to figure out how they're supposed to navigate this. And what I just gave them a pure example of how to do it as correctly as I know how. And just before I went over the hill, I saw them ease out into it very slowly. And I'm going, oh, you've never encountered this intersection before, have you? This
John,
is
the reason
why.
that roundabout's done that way is that will be some neighborhoods.
Yeah, but that's a swamp. Okay.
That will
Okay,
be
wait,
some
I mean, no,
neighborhoods.
I'm not kidding. That is
I know.
a swamp.
Yes.
Okay, now,
Okay,
and a
it'll be government
creek.
buildings then. It fits.
Okay, no.
It's in character.
And
All
a
kinds of
drag
creatures live
strip.
there.
I thought those were illegal in Tennessee.
Swamps? No, we got plenty.
We collect
Governments, we got
Oh.
too many.
No, drag strip.
No, those are everywhere.
No.
This
Drag
in Georgia.
strip.
This is in
Oh,
Georgia.
that kind. Well, who's going to argue with the girls?
John, if you pull that back, if you look, that's actually a quarter-mile drag strip. The problem is there's not enough room at the end that cars used to end up in the creek.
That ain't a creek,
I
Joe.
guess that's one way to
That's
say
a creek no more. That's a pond.
That's
I was also trying to figure out the cul-de-sac that has a cul-de-sac coming off.
a
of
dragster right there. Okay.
In the event of a water landing,
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I
the
don't know
dirt
what
track.
that is, but
That's where the
looks
motorcycle
fun.
track is.
Oh, no, I thought that was on the other side of the road.
Property
you
got
got your
bought.
roads turned around.
But also,
Property
why was there a
got
cul-de-sac coming off of another cul-de-sac?
Welcome to
It's
Georgia.
it's a development.
Where's the darn? Is that it?
Yeah, that's the old
Is that? Yeah, that's it. Okay, there's the mud bog.
Yeah. Oh, if you pull up Boyd Speedway and overlay the state lines, turn 4 is in Georgia.
No,
Seriously.
according to this, Boyd Speedway is in Georgia, but you're parking in Tennessee. Okay.
It's a good thing
And
we don't require.
And there's Camper World.
Camping World.
Where they amphibious test all of their campers on a regular basis.
Yep. Whether they want to or not.
Whether
They
they
say on
want to
purpose or not.
Every time it rains really hard, this lake overflows into this parking lot, and you will see all of their campers packed in up here.
Except for the ones that decided to go, hey, we're having a sale.
Oh, John, how bad was the
Yeah.
storm down your way last night?
Not horrible. We had some big tree branches down, but they're rotten, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Oh, every tree that's down in my area is facing east.
You mean it fell to the east?
It fell to the east.
Okay.
Well, the storm
that
normally
would,
come in
that
from
would
the
make
west.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, kind of northwest.
Jeez. I used to go
Just
hunting
looking at the
out
radar.
Oh, yeah. It's exploding the housing down through there.
And they're all exactly alike.
That drives me nuts too. They're not all. They actually go to great lengths to not make them alike, but the problem is they start putting stupid roofs on them, like this stupid shit here.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever
Hey,
tried to
it
fix
might
a
be
roof like
functional for the design. You haven't
No.
walked in the inside. You don't know.
that? But okay, they dropped it 1 foot right here,
Uh-huh.
and then went out this front. How come they didn't just carry that eave out to here and get rid of that 1 foot crap? You know how much.
Do you know how much
Ever done
more
any
they
roofing?
can charge for that? Look at the third one over from the one you're complaining about, or second
This
one
one?
over. Yeah. Look at the front. You've got the angle cut there, and then you got the offset angle cut
That's
right there
so-
facing the driveway.
That's just stupid design.
Do you know how much more they can charge for that? That's not stupid. They're making money.
Yeah, exactly. And then the roofer is going to make you more money when you come back and fix that shit and charge you. Oh, you
Well-
got 20 eaves on top of your house. We have to charge you 20 times as much.
Yeah, well, every one of those houses starts at $400,000 a piece.
Oh,
And they're only worth about $50. They're
Now, this may look boring, okay, but it's easy to fix. Okay.
well, yeah.
Hey, there's Danny from Two Real Geeks.
Hey, how you doing?
Where? I don't see him. Oh,
In the
wait.
chat.
On
never
the
mind.
screen.
Hey, Danny. Hey, I don't know how to send him a link, Joe.
Well, first you got to get rid of Google Maps.
No, we don't. Not to send a link.
Let me see if I can.
Oh, and here's the one Joe was talking about. This is the north end of the dam.
Yeah, I love that one.
You come off here, you go through this roundabout. Then you have to go over here to go through this roundabout to go down here to access road.
Makes perfect sense.
And there's DuPont,
Now, at one time,
or Cordza as it's called now. They got bought out.
yeah. Have you been down Access Road lately?
No.
All that property in front of the plant
Yeah.
is becoming the new Home Depot distribution center.
Really?
The region.
What, like the parking lot area?
Yeah, all that grass and everything's gone. It's a big
Huh.
concrete pad now.
Interesting. Oh, thank you.
Danny, this is here in Chattanooga. John, go back up to the damn double roundabout.
You mean these damn double roundabouts?
Yeah, those damn double rooms.
At one time, there were two red lights. See
Yes.
the little bridge on the left side of the bridge? No, not that one. There used to be a red light. Yeah, that bridge right there at that intersection, and then where the roundabout is was two red lights.
Oh no,
And they
the,
were-
the red light. The red light was up here.
Yeah, there's a red light there, and then there was a red light back
Red
at
light
Lakeshore Drive. No, that's all new. The two red lights were perfectly timed that when Lake Resort turned green, Access Road would turn red.
So you basically go about 5 car lengths and have to stop again.
Yes.
Okay.
It was horrible.
And
I understand that.
and they were timed to where there were like 3 to 5 minutes between changes.
Sounds like something NDOT would do.
Oh wow, a clover leaf.
Yeah, pure real clover leaf.
A standard, bog standard clover leaf. That's comprehensible.
No, we've got quite a few of those around here somewhere.
Hey Joe, I'm going to give you a
Half of one.
name of something. I just want to see your reaction. Inverted diamond interchange, diversified or diverging diamond interchange.
Diverging diamond interchange.
Do you know what they are?
I remember hearing that term when I was in HT Academy, but I don't believe we actually have any of those up here. Well, up where I'm at, I might be one down around Indy.
Now that one looks like an anatomy study.
This was called Spaghetti Junction when it first came out.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've been to Atlanta. I know what Spaghetti Junction is.
No, but that Dan the
I understand. I understand. It's nowhere near as complex as a piece of idiot's work in Atlanta.
this interchange. Okay, you're going down the road and you're coming up on the interchange for the freeway entrance.
Oh, good Lord, I have seen this.
And as you get to the light to, go straight across,
You realize you should have made a right turn.
no, you're, all the, keep left or, keep left or keep right till you get to this interchange. And then you go to the left-hand side of the bridge. And then you cut back across on the other side of the bridge.
And people wonder why I want to buy a boat.
Yeah, there is one of those on I-69 in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Danny, we talked about that on the Thursday night show. Yeah, that was not good.
This is the one I love. Let's see if I can find this here.
Where is that?
Okay, this is 24 at the what do they call that? What's Cummings Highway?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see if I can show you. That's a Waffle House.
Yep.
Okay. It's
Hey.
on that side of I-24. Okay. That's a Waffle House. It's on the other side of I-24.
in
There
case
are
you miss your
literally
turn.
2 Waffle Houses within 400 yards of each other at the same exit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Danny says he watched the rocket go up. That was cool because the trail was blue. Yeah. Oh, and the first Waffle House he showed, when it rains, that intersection floods down there.
Boy, does it. Well, let's see if the nuclear waste truck's over here. You can see all the water from this motel up here comes down through here into that ditch right there, and from that hill too. Let's see, I know what I'm looking for.
So in the wintertime, it's an ice skating rink.
Oh yeah,
If it gets that cold.
It's Tennessee. It'll get that cold eventually. Might not be every year, but some years.
oh nah, they changed the picture. Damn it. Used to, there was some guy who got out in front of the Google truck when they were doing the Google Maps pictures, and on the bumper sticker on the back of his truck, this vehicle contains biological waste of an unknown origin. Do not open.
And Joe's got something up here. What is? Oh,
That
yeah.
is the
Or just a nipple.
Yep, Fort Wayne, Indiana, diverging diamond interchange.
Okay, I can make sense of that.
Yeah.
I wish I couldn't, but I do. You got to go left to go right, and then right to go left, and then
They say it eliminates a backup on the bridge for traffic trying to get onto the freeway.
they say a lot of things, but not all of them are true.
Mm-hmm. I knew I remembered hearing about one up in Indiana. I just couldn't remember for sure where, and I didn't realize it was Fort Wayne.
Oh, they're nightmares. First time you go to one, it's confusing as hell.
Have you dealt with the J turn?
A what?
J turn.
J turn?
Yep. Let me see if I can find one of those real quick. There's actually one when I'm heading to go visit Nick Tockert. I take I-65 south. I think it's to State Road 14 and cut across. And when I get to US 41, to be able to head south on 41 from there, I have to first turn north, get across 2 lanes of traffic, immediately into the J turn, and essentially do kind of a U-turn going back around.
Hmm. No, when you said J turn, the only J turn I know is where you slam it in reverse, go as fast as you can, cut the wheel, throw it, and drive, and keep going.
So
That's a Duke of Hazzard thing. Yeah.
This is a J turn. So to head south, or to turn left from this spot here, you have to turn right, get over, yield, turn left.
Oh, yeah, we've got up 58 Highway. There's a bunch of those.
It looks like downtown Chattanooga. That actually, only they're one-way streets.
Yep.
I can see the choo-choo. Where am I?
Dan, they're actually getting rid of all the one-way streets downtown.
Oh, good, because I wasn't paying any damn attention. I went through some of them backward. Well, not backwards, but
The wrong way.
the wrong way, and thankfully there wasn't any traffic on them because Nobody else could figure out how to do that. I went through one intersection where I'm not supposed to be able to make a right turn there. Had warning things up on each side, and I go, I used to drive a dump truck. I can get the van through this. And I did it. And my wife goes, you realize that you could have got a ticket there? And I'm going, is there anybody watching? No, didn't happen.
Until the camera catches you and sends you the ticket in the mail.
There's Tennessee. The cameras are brownies.
Well, at least they've outlawed the speed cameras in Tennessee, except for the S curves on Hicks and Pike, which is about 2 miles up the road from me.
Wish they would do that in Iowa.
Outlaw them or bring more?
Yeah. Get rid of the damn thing.
Joe, that's
Do
a
what?
heck of a that's a heck of a lawsuit if you don't mind paying a lawyer for a little bit.
What?
Those speed cameras,
Oh,
they're very unconstitutional. So
yeah.
Oh, I think they are too, because if you're where I got my ticket, it was like a 50-mile-per-hour speed limit. I'm sure they made a killing that day, because if I'd been going 50 miles an hour, there would have been an accident, because somebody would have got rear-ended.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were all going about 70, and you can't just go, okay, I'm going to go 50 now.
They're still trying to figure out how it happens, but somebody throws a car tire over the only legal camera in Tennessee. They throw a car tire over it, soak it with gas, and light it.
I love it. That's
These are the people that I grew up with. Yes, I know exactly.
okay.
It takes somebody from Oak Ridge with a grasp of geometry to be able to pull that one off.
Well,
Did
the
you ever
thing
notice-
is, they put a new camera in, and damn thing's 30 feet up in the air, and they're still getting the damn tire over it, and they got cameras on it.
They got cameras on the cameras,
Yeah.
which I love. That's just
Me too.
Security cameras on the driving cameras that still
Yeah.
are being sabotaged.
Yeah.
there are
Hey,
cameras.
These are rocket scientists, believe me. If
There
you
were
put one in orbit, they'll still throw a tire over it and set it on fire.
There were cameras in Red Bank, and someone shot them. So the company that was doing the thing, they brought in bulletproof camera mounts. And Joe probably knows what I'm talking about. One day they had the little cheapo camera
Yeah.
in a little plastic or whatever, it's a tubular. Next day it came out, looked like an armored car with a camera lens in the front of it, like
Yeah.
bulletproof glass in front of it. And apparently somebody got hold of some armor-piercing rifle ammo. And
Go
again,
ahead.
they had to replace. Eventually, somebody was basically spending about $1 a round to take out a $5,000 camera. Okay, he won. They just pulled all the cameras down. It's just, and those Red Bank came up with that idea of doing the.
Traffic light cameras.
They did the traffic light cameras. If see if you're running red lights or speeding or that crap, and it killed business. All the small businesses, even some of the big ones, turned Red Bank into a ghost town. People avoided the place like the plague because you couldn't drive through there without getting a damn ticket.
Yeah.
And I think some of the local business owners were the ones that shot up the cameras.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, the day that it that they pulled them down was January 19th. They said starting 12:01 on January 19th, the cameras will be deactivated. So I went to make sure and ran the damn red lights.
You get a ticket?
Nope. Of course, I also ran it at 12:03. What, Dan?
No, Joe. Just. I can see the big yellow truck going through a red light at 70 miles an hour.
No, it wasn't the big yellow truck. It was the little
Oh,
silver HHR.
One of the other things I liked, in Red Bank, there's this big hill right above the Waffle House. Joe knows where I'm talking about, right there. I-24 goes through. There's this big hill, and when cell phones first came out, they put a cell phone tower up there. Everybody hated them because they looked terrible. You know, Tennessee was very scenic, and having all these cell phone towers stick up all over the damn place was just ugly. I hated it. So I love what they did. They dressed up the cell phone tower like a Christmas tree with like pine branches hanging off all the antenna parts.
The thing is, it stuck up above, and it looked like a giant sequoia tree.
It literally, you saw this hill with this giant, like 50-foot tall Christmas tree sticking up over the top of it, and it's like, that's, you know. But I do love the one they did for the Universalist Unitarian Church.
Oh, the bell tower?
The bell tower. They got a bell tower out in front of the church, and it's a real modern bell tower, but it's a cell phone tower right next to the interstate. So it doesn't look like a cell phone tower, but it's cool as heck. That was, you know, I like that sort of thing, that they'll do that sort of stuff for the community, you know.
One of the little mini mills up here along the interstate, they've got something on top of one of their stacks, some kind of pole, has guide wires coming down from it. And each Christmas they go and actually string lights and put a little star at the very top of it. So when you're driving down 8094 between Portage and Chesterton, you look over to your left and there's a little lit up Christmas tree on top of a micro mill.
All right, I'll be back in just a minute.
Everybody's leaving me. Oh.
Just don't leave us
Apparently
unsurprised.
They left me in charge.
What were they thinking?
What were they thinking?
That was way too much fun.
Just remember, John, if you leave right now, the three of us cannot be held responsible for anything.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Especially when it's the three of us, because we'll become like the...
Especially since the three of us can't control a goddamn thing.
All right. There you go. That's that one cell phone tower. Okay.
Nice.
It looks like one of those brushes you use to go clean a cup.
Actually, yeah, it does. Now you mention that.
It's.
You can't leave the three of us because my mind just went bad.
No offense, but I expect to see Charlie Brown and the Peanuts gang standing around it, going singing Christmas carols. You know, I mean, it's just, it looks that bad.
Something that was going into something that Joe can burn wood or something with it, and it was not good.
Oh, nice.
Let's just say that was a total green room thought.
Uh-oh.
Green room XXX thought. Hi, Dan.
Hello.
I'm being a perfect angel.
That'll be the day.
Of darkness.
This is why we love you. This is why we love you so much, dear.
That's not that bad.
That is an ingrained response. Damn near 50 years of reinforcement. Both my sisters, who were fair instigators of their own. It wasn't just the baby brother instigating shit.
It's your law. You get to tell it how you want.
They were better instigators because they are able to pin shit on me that I didn't even start instigating yet. They are the reason I am such a good instigator now, because I'm like, screw it. If I'm going to be blamed for it, I'm going to do it right. But anyways, my sisters would be like, we're angels. And I would always just snap off of darkness.
What is that, John?
So should I take that as a compliment that you just said that about me?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
This is the Universal Unitarian Church here in Chattanooga. And let me see here. As you can see, it's right off the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
And that's their bell tower that is actually a cell phone tower. And it's right on top of, that's Missionary Ridge right there in the background.
Why does it look like a deer stand?
I've often wondered that.
Yeah.
So that'd be a great sniper position.
So Missionary Church.
It has nothing to do with the physician, just the church.
It's the Universal Unitarian Church, right? But this tree right here is full of mistletoe. I'm thinking they're a bunch of damn druids. Okay.
Is there a contradiction in that?
No, but it's just tell me I'm wrong.
All right, I'm back, guys.
Okay, I'll behave again. Bye.
Do what?
Nothing.
How about that Babylonian Tupperware?
Still fresh.
Oh, too real good. Yeah, that tower I showed you, the one that looked horrible, it used to look better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it have more branches on it at one time? Or?
It looked like I said it looked like a Christmas tree. It looked like a Christmas tree. And like Don said, now it looks like a toilet brush. But
There's been quite a few windstorms since
yeah.
that came up.
A few bristles have been blown off.
What's funny though is some company bought that property on that hill and they put an apartment complex on the backside of it. They cleared off a bunch of those trees. And what you're seeing is like 20 years of tree growth since they cleared off all that area, which is why it looks so flipping horrible now. Back then it only stuck up a little bit. Then they cleared off all the trees. Now it's way up here.
I am so not touching that line.
Which one?
Joe wants to touch it.
It's after midnight. You can touch
It's
that line.
wood. God, I'm sorry, Joe Dog. I really am. No, I'm not, but I am.
No, you're not.
I'm surprised Joe's not showing us him playing with his wood.
I'm on the wrong computer for that.
Oh, okay.
He was playing with his wood earlier.
He has to be on the porno computer to play with his wood.
Say it, Rich. Say it, Rich. Say it. Say it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that has specialized computers.
Come on, Rich. Richie.
The wife can see over the shoulder of this one. I'd like to welcome all our listeners from the Federal Bureau of Investigation that just tuned in.
If you don't find this entertaining, you're really got a dull life.
I just read Joe's comment in the chat.
Okay, no offense, but can you imagine there's some NSA or FBI guys or whatever, they're sitting in a data center on a Saturday night, okay?
Listening to us.
We are entertaining.
We are their entertainment. We have to step up our game.
We have to step up our game just for the entertainment value to the National Security Agency and the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Well,
and all you losers
as well
at the CIA.
as all the foreign bureaus that are paying attention as well.
Really?
Hey, we really
is that just a coded transmission?
Hey, we really must have been entertaining them the last two shows. Before this, one show we talked about farts for nearly an hour and a half. And the next one we talked about fireworks.
They can't decide which list we belong on, so they just said check all.
they would have loved
Yes.
Nick Tucker's green room last night. I mean, me and John and Nick alone talking about whatever we wanted to.
Uh-oh.
Ah, look who's here.
Chris.
And Mike Jimmy.
Hey, Mike,
Hi.
I am.
you're up early.
Yeah, no,
You
I'm
broke my
way
heart.
too early.
Well,
I don't mean to be rude.
okay,
Mike,
you
just
can
got
have
here,
a second cup of coffee.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Some of our shows are banned in 79 countries.
Well, thankfully, my magazine is available in all of those countries.
but you know why we're banned in 79 countries? The national anthem at the beginning of the show. Sad but
Yep.
true. I'll back in a moment.
Okay.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. The
If
only
you don't
reason we're
believe-
banned in 79 countries is most of those countries have sticks up their ass.
Oh, well, the thing is, I found out one of the reasons, one of our copyright claims from a company in Nigeria is that copied opening theme that we use. Yeah, I got that shit straightened out.
Really. Time to do some stupid shit is copyright free now.
No, your song.
Mine?
Yeah, somebody was claiming it.
Oh, let my lawyers at them. I could retire early.
I keep waiting to get a copyright from playing your music, Dan. Not from
It
you.
ain't gonna come from me.
Damn.
Oh,
Put on where they can buy the music.
yeah, really.
Good point.
And it's under copyright to me because it's been official since I first uploaded it.
Chris
Serious.
said that Nigerian prince should have taken care of that months ago. Chris, he died, and they found a huge stack of money in his other bedroom.
And nobody was taking him up on the
Nobody
email
was taking
offers.
up on it.
Really? We could have all been billionaires, but no, we thought it was spam.
Oh, Rich, since you know a lot of the YouTube stuff that I watch, Pierogi is getting serious.
What do you do now?
Pretty much now, every time he raids a call center's computer, all the information goes to the FBI.
Oh,
Nice touch. Yes.
Ooh.
And
More power to him.
not that they can do a whole hell of a lot unless they're here in the U.S. But if they do have any U.S. operatives, as in their supervisors and mules and stuff like that, their asses will go.
yeah.
Mhm.
And what's the computer link thing they use? AnyDesk?
Probably.
Yeah.
There's a few different ones they use, but yeah. AnyDesk is
Yeah.
one of them.
He's in with them now to he pulls their IP and sends it to AnyDesk. That IP is permanently banned.
Nice.
That is awesome.
Which means they have to change internet service and everything to get a new IP.
Or go to
Or use an IP
different system,
randomizer.
Yeah, or get a rotating IP address. I mean, you can call your company and they'll give you one. You reset your IP address like every 24 hours or something.
They could also use a different remote software to use their scans with and stuff. So
Yeah. VPNs are a thing.
There were kids back in the 90s that were using IP randomizers to go into IRC chat rooms and overcome being blocked, and until you finally went down to the level of blocking entire countries.
Well, usually you could just block their internet provider. Like if they were
Yeah.
going through Comcast, you just block Comcast from that city.
No, we wound up having to block people from the entire nation of India or the entire nation of Germany or the entire nation of someplace out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
He doesn't want to say the Netherlands because he knows what kind of assholes we are.
No. The people from the Netherlands never bothered to pull this shit because they're nice folks, really. I mean,
Are you laughing about being called a nice folk?
Yes, because I live here. I know what we are.
yeah, we know what you are too, but still,
There's a thing
compared
called
to us, they're
Minnesota
really
Nice.
nice.
There's a reason why Austin Powers' dad hates the Dutch.
You know, it's kind of like if you live in the
Got nothing to do with the Night Watch painting.
If you live in the United States, everyone thinks the Canadians are really nice people. Okay. If you ever talk to a Canadian about other Canadians, they're a bunch of assholes. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's all fun and games right up until you're no longer a
The
tourist.
ones that speak English don't like the ones that speak French, and they're tired of having to put all these French signs on all their businesses and just
My best friend from college moved to Canada, got married. to get
He
his
has
green
our
card.
condolences, or she.
Him got married to get his green card. But actually, he married. He went up there because he loved her and stuff. I'm teasing about that. That's a great woman, but he gets so mad whenever I start cracking jokes about Canadians being nice. He ripped me up one side and down the other. And I'm like, dude, it's a joke. Relax. I know Canadians can be
found
assholes.
out why Canadians are so nice. Once a year, they do a ceremony from H.P. Lovecraft that actually sends
purge.
all
Yeah.
of their evil thoughts into the Canadian geese, which then migrate to England.
Or Indiana.
and terrorize everyone else. Yeah.
Frickin' cobra chickens.
I got two things to add to this. Number
You
one,
think
there's
swans
a
are
thing-
evil. Canadian geese will
No,
mess
they're
you up.
yeah. You don't mess with the Canadian geese. But there's a thing that Minnesota nice. It is true, to an extent, especially when you're from the land of rocks and cows. Just saying.
Oh yeah, you betcha. As soon as you're gone, that mother son of a.
Oh yeah, sure, you betcha. You didn't say it right, Rich. Come on.
The best I can do is the Canadian or not Canadian, the Wisconsin version.
Oh, what you doing? You can't talk like us up there in Minnesota.
Yeah, no, but I can talk about Wisconsin all day.
Oh, so you and I could have a good old conversation, eh?
I spent a lot of time in Wisconsin.
I spent a lot of time in Minnesota.
Get 2 or 3 beers, you know.
2 tree, yeah. Got to be tall trees.
Yeah, but when you got to go up there
You
to
want
that
the
cities,
guys?
you look out for them people up there in the cities. That murder apple is still get you.
And you got to be careful because, you know, the upper Wisconsin is really close to a Yooper accent, but not quite. And if you go too far and you go Yooper, you'll get your ass whooped.
I mean, you.
Well, about the only thing you got to watch down here is if somebody says, "Bless your little old heart," There are two ways that
You
can
gotta
be
stop
taken.
and think. Did I
That
do
is a
something really nice?
Chinese.
Or
That is
screw
a
up?
Chinese curse right there. If a
Either
Southern person
they
looks at
mean
you and
it
goes, "Bless
exactly
your
the
heart,"
way it sounds, or they're
You just
going,
got
"Oh,
left by
you're
Granny.
a fucking idiot."
In the land of rocks and cows where I grew up, it's southern Minnesota, which makes them think that they live in the south, so it's snowbillies. We got the bless your heart, and we got all this other stuff. Where I grew up, it was bless your heart, and I was like,
wait a minute. Polar Knights just said something. Hang on a second. I got to do something.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, there's one, and then there's two, and then let's see who's next. Okay, I'm gonna put. Yeah, no, I'll leave Joe where he's at because he's about right there. Okay, and then let's see.
I think
Dan over here. There we go. I think that's
Yeah.
it. Okay.
what are we doing here?
Oh, let me throw this up here.
Sorting by beards,
There
apparently.
you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, well, I'm glad
It's
I'm
a-
way
it's-
over.
We are now a beard progression chart. Okay.
Oh, wait, this will get funnier. This is the beard progression. Hi, beard progression
wait.
chart. Where do we put
Oh,
this
there we
in here
go.
now?
Put him in there. We need
Put him in
your
there.
face
Yeah,
for a
no.
minute.
He goes after me in that case because
Okay,
that's
there we
even longer than me.
get him back in there. Oh, too late.
Yeah,
No,
no.
he's gone.
What?
He gone.
Oh,
He's small but wiry.
I'm sorry, Polar Knights. I tried. Okay.
And I tried. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't do that because
You
I
know,
actually trimmed that.
I'm
piece.
actually starting to kind of enjoy this because I have always hated growing beards. It's just itchy and you can't sleep on them straight or
it's-
anything like that.
In fact, I actually
It gets
shaved
better.
tonight too.
what do you mean?
I had to have fun with it.
I mean, seriously, what do you mean itchy? I mean, seriously, it
Well,
don't itch
when they
bit, and
first
it's
get
warm.
First time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they
Well,
first get started, it's
Earlier
stubble.
today, this was
Yeah, I
itchy.
mean, Last
This was
Tuesday
fun.
was December. I mean, seriously.
Chubby. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just happy that 2 months in and the handlebars almost
nice.
back to.
Did I tell- when I was stationed-
I'm gonna have to get you some wax.
there you go. You know,
I got some
Mustache
wax.
Oh,
Ace
okay.
Hardware. Ace Hardware has a display stand up near the cash registers, where our Ace Hardware has a display stand for Chattanooga Beard Company, and they sell scented beard oils and beard brushes and beard soap. And I started looking at it, and I didn't like any of the fragrances or anything like that. But the beard brush looked interesting. I'm just not going to pay $30 for a damn beard brush. And,
He's got one that all of a sudden you'll look over and he'll just go,
yeah,
Beard Struggle has some interesting scents.
yeah, I didn't see any
Uh,
beard. I didn't see any beard wax or anything like that.
Duke
There's
Cannon.
Spiky
he
Beard
uses that
Company.
once in a while.
Dan, you're gonna love this. Do you know where Chattanooga Beard Company gets a lot of their product?
Georgia.
Dr. Mike's Shaving Emporium.
I like how the rest of us didn't get the joke, but Dan's losing it.
That's classic. That's classic.
Well, what's so funny is I tried to tell this guy at Home Depot. He goes, "No, I'll buy it from them." I'm saying, "Okay." I said, "But you might want to check their product and prices." He goes, "Why?" And I said, "Because Chattanooga Beard Company is one of his best customers."
If you want lower prices, you go to the real deal.
Okay.
Um,
Tell you all a story. I was stationed in Berlin, and our unit had this training event where we got to go to the French Commando School.
where they taught you how to grow a real mustache.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. But anyway, we put this platoon together. We went up there, and the French are a conscript army. They have to serve 1 year of service, right? If they're physically eligible. So they show up, and it's basically like a 1 year long basic training light.
Yeah.
Now, for the last month that they're there, they kind of go easy on them. And they show him, okay, you've been training all this time. We're going to show you what the professional army is like. So they send him through the French Commando School course. And it's a abbreviated kind of, this is what the professional army does sort of thing. And we go up there and train alongside it. And they put the Americans, because the Americans volunteer army, they put us alongside of a platoon of their conscript army that's getting ready to cycle home, basically. Show them what a professional army is like, that sort of thing. We go through the commando school side by side with them. It's pretty cool. Anyway, we get there and they have a hand-to-hand combat course. Okay, so we get out there and we're American soldiers. Of course, we're all clean shaven and everything. We have a hand-to-hand combat instructor in the French army at Napoleon Barracks there in Berlin. Looked Irish. Bright red hair, bright red handlebar mustache, gorgeous handlebar mustache. We're sitting there and we're taking a break. And we're talking with him, smoking cigarettes. So like we're talking with him. And our lieutenant goes, "That is a gorgeous mustache." He goes, "Thank you." He says, "We're not allowed to grow mustaches like that in the American army." And he goes, "We're not allowed to grow them in the French army either." Go, "Well, how do you get away with having a handlebar mustache?" And he goes, "I'm the hand-to-hand combat instructor. Who the fuck's going to make me shave?"
That's a valid point. That is a very valid point.
Game, set, match.
And it's like, we had a good day for the rest of the
And
day.
here's Zach.
Hey, Zach.
About time he showed up. Hey, I
How
sent
did you
a
go?
link to your Facebook, Zach. Yeah, I want to talk to him because apparently there was a rocket launch I didn't know anything about today. I might be wrong, but I kind of half-assed saw it in my news feed.
Yeah, it was India was launching some OneWeb.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
And did they launch anything?
That sounds
off,
like that should be a euphemism for something.
did they launch anything off the west coast of what? I can never remember the name of that place. That new launch facility they got up in North Carolina or whatever, Virginia.
Or
Oh,
Virginia.
Wallops.
That's Wallop. Yeah.
Wallops Island. And it's not new. It's been there for 50 years or better.
No, it's new because they blew it up with a rocket a few years back and they had to rebuild the whole damn thing.
It used to be where they would send up sounding rockets, but now it's a
Actual real
Launch.
rocket base.
orbital launch site.
Nope, here he comes. Dun, dun, dun.
Here
The
he
man,
comes to
the
save
myth,
the day.
the legend.
Hello.
How do you
Oh,
pronounce
that-
his last name?
Oh, he's got to go up between me and Joe.
Oh,
Yeah, really. For
okay.
the beard sorting, yeah,
I'm
because Zach
sorry.
doesn't have a beard.
This is gonna be tough. I can tell already.
Hold on a minute. Let me do it.
Yeah, you do it. Here. Nope.
We're sorting.
One over. You got to switch with him, Joe.
We're sorting beard length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show him.
Did we run out of things to? Okay.
No.
No, we had a
comment.
comment. We had a comment, and now we're trying to apply to the standards.
Yes. So we now have a
Oh, boy.
beard evolution chart.
Mhm.
Okay. That's
So, did ISRO get off to the? Did they?
That's
get
a weird way to say that.
I mean, I their rocket launched.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I meant.
Um,
Did it make it to orbit this time?
the rocket did. 16 out of the 36 payloads have been released so far.
Oh,
So-
okay.
But
okay.
they,
So they're doing okay.
yeah, but they did their celebration and then went bye, and then we're like, okay. So we'll
That's-
find out later if they finished.
They got work to do.
Sounds like they got off just fine.
And then they released a bunch of their loads.
20 to go though.
Sounds like my wedding night.
You know, somebody's going to make a fortune sending drones up into outer space to collect all this damn space junk sometime in the next 20, 30 years.
There's about
Yes.
7 companies working on it already.
Yeah, exactly. It's
And then everything would be sold on eBay. Want a real piece of space junk? This is
Well,
something
Andy-
that your grandparents
Andy-
would have art over.
And he can't do it anymore.
now, I wonder, if there's any part of a satellite you could actually like recycle and you like It might be cool to have a whole house that's like covered in Skylab solar panels or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so
Have you seen eBay? I'm sure someone would buy something.
I don't think you cover anything with Skylab solar panels unless you want carbon black. Skylab came down a long.
I know, but it's
Well, actually, Zach, gold would be a big part of those satellites. A lot of their wiring is gold because it doesn't break down in the solar radiation.
And it actually has no monetary value other than what we apply to it.
It's the same kind of gold they put in filling.
Just like diamonds.
Yeah.
It's not worth a bucket of sand except for what you can do with it.
You can put it in a wedding ring, it's worth something. You put it in a record needle, it's kind of worth something. So,
You put it on
whatever.
a saw blade to grind
Yeah.
Concrete.
like stuff, and it's like nothing.
So I'm almost afraid to ask Donna to elaborate on her comment.
I was trying to let it go.
Yes, we tried.
apparently she did. Since he just got home from work, I'm gonna go, spend some time with him. So
All right.
Alright.
I know we're that sickening couple. I know. So
Well, if you got 34
I'm
minutes, get your ass back here afterwards.
See, when they asked you if you
not
love
the
Honored
green
and Cherished,
room, Rich. Not the green room.
You got half an hour. I'm sure something will come up.
when they asked you if you loved Honored and Cherished, you didn't know it was going to be that much work, did you?
They never asked me. We're just living in sin. We're not married. We've just been together for 16 years.
The wires are
That
copper.
works.
Connectors are gold.
Go team.
So is that Joe Dog's other account?
Is that your guy, Zach?
Yeah, that's one of my guys.
Oh,
See you later.
A name like Windbreaker could have been Joe. Okay.
that's what I was saying.
Oh,
No, that's one of our new
Let it
guys.
go.
And then the other launch I think you saw, John, was the one out of Norway that they tried to get off that they didn't.
Oh, was it Norway? Okay.
Yeah, they were supposed to launch 2 rockets within 2 minutes of each other, and they did. They were supposed to do 2 and then have a 2-hour break and then do 2 more. And 2 days ago they did 2 and then something didn't go right, so then they delayed. And they exhausted their window today, and now their launch window's closed, so they don't get to launch anything. So,
Did they do something out of Waldrop today? Or
Wallets.
Wallops was a couple days ago. There was
Okay,
something out of
that's a couple days
Sweden 2 days ago.
My news feed has been running a little slow lately. I'm getting like rocket launch notifications from 2 weeks ago and shit.
Yeah, I love when that happens. I
yeah,
get them.
really.
I still get emailed every time we go live. I'm like, I think I know. I clicked go live.
Oh, Joe.
Google News told me today that Nixon had been elected. So,
Yeah, really. Joe used to get notifications like 10 minutes before the show ended that the show was starting.
Yeah. Oh, John, how'd you like that video that I posted about with the A10 and I forget the name of the song.
I don't know that I've seen it.
It's on Stupid O'Clock.
nobody clicks on
Awake
anything.
in the morning
Stupid
and
o'clock, they're afraid to get rickrolled.
the song is.
Nobody clicks on your post, Joe. They're afraid it's going to be, what's his name?
Rick Astley.
Or somebody worse. Seriously. You've got
is
a
it
reputation,
is it a
Joe.
Joe
Nobody will
Dog or
click on
Stupid
anything
O'Clock?
you post.
Stupid O'Clock.
Zach, have you been spreading rumors about us being, saying good things here?
I don't know what
Being
you're talking
Being
entertaining.
decent people.
I would never.
Good things?
Lie to your
This
friends
crowd?
like
Excuse me.
Yeah.
No, I lie to my team like that.
that.
All right. Yes, I've seen the video. Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
And they do make it sounds like a chainsaw. It really does. I've used to watch those guys we had to stop firing at Wildflick in West Germany when the A-10s came in because mortars are high angle shots. There's a very good chance we could land one on top of an airplane if they're flying through the impact area. So we'd stop firing. So we have nothing to do. So we're watching them do their attack runs, and they were practicing some new attack run or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what. But they'd go in, they'd come in upside down, look at their target, roll over on top, come down, come straight down on top of it, just and then fly right back out the same way they came in.
Upside down.
And it's pretty to watch, but it literally, you'd see them shooting. There'd be a puff of smoke off the gun. You see the sparkles on the target. They disappear down the valley, and then we're far enough away that after they disappear down the valley, you hear, and whoa, that was yes. We didn't actually see the first one. The first one came in, and we kind of heard it, and we were looking. We turned around to look where it was coming from, but it had already come in, gone up, turned around, come down, done its attack run, and was heading out. And we were looking to see where it was coming from, and all of a sudden over here we hear, whoa! And we know where we shot enough rounds at Wildflick, and we know where all the targets are by heart. As a matter of fact, I could probably write down grid coordinates if I thought about it for a few minutes. But we turned around, we looked at where some of the armored vehicles were, and you couldn't see them from all the gray puffs of smoke on the ground around. It's pretty cool.
And John, show Zach how big the round is.
All right. If this were the 30 millimeter round on the A-10, it's about that long. Okay.
And
this
about that big around.
And it's 30 millimeter, which is about yay big.
Yeah, that's 1 1/4 inch.
Somebody described it as being about the size of a Red Bull can, which is fairly accurate.
Red Bull cans are.
You ever seen a can of Red Bull?
Maybe diameter wise, not length.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
both.
Diameter, but
both.
The diameter is
both. Yes. And I understand that Israeli military industries and Magnum Research is trying to come out with a handgun version.
No, I would not want to fire that as a handgun.
Nope.
Now they do have a 25 millimeter round specifically designed for grenade launchers, and the Russians have a 30 millimeter grenade launcher, which is kind of small. I mean, it's not a big thing.
It's Russian. It's got to be small.
Well,
see if I can there's a good picture. Hang on a second.
While you're pulling that up, John, remember the other night we were talking about the lighting on my camera?
Yeah.
This is so when I was on the show the other night, I was on my Mac.
Right.
This is me on my Windows computer with no additional lighting, and I am literally like, there's where my Mac sits. It's something with these two monitors that are just so much brighter.
All right. Let me go to this. Okay. Down here, this is a standard 40 millimeter round for a M203 or M302 grenade launcher, whichever one.
Yeah.
Next to it is a 50 caliber BMG round for a standard 50 caliber machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
Next to that is the 20 millimeter round for various guns, including the M61 Vulcan cannon used on most U.S. aircraft. This is a 20 millimeter by 110 millimeter U.S. Navy round, which I believe goes to the old HallowCon's 20 millimeter anti-aircraft gun you saw in World War II. Big drum on top and stuff like that. The next one is a 30 millimeter by 113 millimeter for the that's the one on the Apache helicopter. That's for their huge chain gun. The next one, that's what the Bradley shoots, is this one right here, is the 25 millimeter Bushmaster cannon. The next one is a 30 millimeter Rardin, which is a gun. It's a a light armored vehicle gun, similar to the Bradley. Okay. This is what the Avenger shoots. Okay. The casing is 173 millimeters long. The round is 30 millimeters across. This is a practice round, so it doesn't really give you an idea of how evil the thing is. You can tell by the blue color it's a practice round. But
that is
that's a big, and that's a 50 caliber bullet. Okay, that's what everybody tell you. That's evil bullet. That's an evil bullet right there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find. This might be a little better. Let me see that one.
I know people in North Carolina that use it to get ducks. Of course, they get an entire flock at one time, but
I can't remember. Okay. All right. Type GAU.
how am I supposed to follow this tonight when I do the show?
You're on your own, pal. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on my own. Thank you very much. Good night. Yeah.
Oh, here's a great picture. I love this one. Let me throw this up here real quick. All right. I take it you're all familiar with the 30-06 round, standard, hunting military.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. That is the 30 millimeter round from the A10 next to a 30-06.
Seems about right. Yep.
This is big.
This one will kill a deer. This one will kill a forest. Okay.
Yep.
The little one will kill a deer. The big one will kill a tank. Or anything else that gets in its way.
You know
like,
what's funny?
That's
an
a
armor piercer.
skyscraper or...
That is an M2 armor piercer 30-06 round.
The whole bullet and casing is as big as the freaking bullet.
As long as the whole round on the other one.
Yeah.
Hey, people wonder why America goes so big on stuff. It's because we like to see stuff blow up. I mean,
We're going to make sure it's dead.
4th of July. What didn't give you a clue?
Hey, America was built on hold my beer.
Really?
The rest of the world agrees, and they're terrified.
If you ever read
hold my beer and let's dump your tea.
If you ever read any of the history of the American Revolution, it's all about beer and rum. Okay. The whole damn thing. All right. They met in taverns. Okay. They got people to join the military by offering them free beer. I mean, it's
what's not to like?
Got people in the Navy by getting them drunk, getting them on the ship in the middle of the ocean, going, "Hey, you're a Navy boy now."
Well,
I mean, that's every Navy ever.
I don't know how
really
it is, but do you know why the Mayflower landed at Plymouth Rock?
They ran out of beer.
They ran out of beer.
They ran out of beer, and
they were making a beer run.
Oh, great! Now I just hear Garth Brooks, George Jones,
you with the red skin and the feather in your hat. Yeah, is there a beer store around here?
CWE.
Where's the nearest 7-Eleven, dude? We're out of Budweiser. I mean, seriously.
Do you know why
this Heineken shit ain't cutting it?
Do you know why rum became so popular with the British Navy?
Because grog
goes good with lime.
No.
Yeah.
It didn't go bad as quickly as beer and wine and whiskey did.
Or the water.
Yeah. Whiskey would evaporate, water would go bad. Wine didn't like the Caribbean heat either if they were down in the Caribbean. And
wine doesn't like a lot of things.
And beer goes flat fairly damn quick, especially when you're bouncing it around on the Atlantic Ocean in a boat.
Mm-hmm.
And rum is rum. So
Oh, well,
yeah, really. Kraken. Always good, all the time.
Traveling up and down the rivers of the U.S. is a replicas of the Pinta and the Nina.
Hmm.
The Santa Maria knows better.
The Nina and the Pinta.
They're
I
not
have
big.
seen-
They're
I
not
have-
big boats. Yeah,
Hey,
Of course not.
I've seen bigger
cabin cruisers.
cabin cruisers
Yeah.
than these things.
A
That's what I
tugboat whooped their ass. Okay.
Yeah, about 20 years ago, the Nina was in Michigan City, Indiana.
Did you go by and see it?
Yep.
Can't blink and you'll miss it.
It's, I mean, you going to tell me 40 guys sailed across the Atlantic Ocean in that thing?
You're braver than I thought.
Think how many people they packed into a Viking longboat, and those weren't horribly long compared to modern ships either.
No, but they were better designed.
Much better designed, yes, and with a much more shallow draft, which is why they never knew when they would strike and where they would strike.
I'm proud of my Viking ancestors, all the way from way up there by Mount Jimmy and a little bit north, and all the way around the Mediterranean to Turkey.
Well, I'm Scott, Irish, and German.
It's very sporting of your mother.
Well, she's the German side. Scotch Irish is from my dad, which pretty much means I want to get drunk, but I don't want to pay for it. And I'm going to scream at you the whole time.
That's the Nina. Okay.
Irish, German, and Swedish.
Or it's a replica.
Yes.
And let me see if I can do this here. Oh, come on. There we go. And you can see by the people on the deck there how small this thing really is.
That's not even, what, 75 foot long?
No, I don't think it's even that. I think it's like
65.
65. So basically, that is twice as long as my house. Or approximately
It's a tour bus. That's what it is.
approximately
Yeah.
2 lengths of HallowCon's con suite.
No. The consuite
We're with the band, dude. Okay.
from the author's nook step to the stage wall is 65 feet.
Oh Lord, you could fit the boat in there from Author's Alley all the way. Okay. I was thinking it was twice that long, but thank you for the correction. I'm
Yeah.
having to think smaller now.
Yeah. And realize I think they said it had a crew of 40.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of privacy on a ship.
No, they were hot swapping the bunks.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody goes on shift, somebody else crawls in the bunk to get a night's sleep or a day's sleep. I wonder, did they do 12-hour shifts or 3 8-hour shifts?
I don't know. Of course, I'm sitting there looking at Zach going, what have I gotten myself into? Again.
Hey! It's history. You got to have a firm grasp of history, otherwise
Social studies.
you're not going to have
301.
a firm grasp of anything else.
Hey, this is the rocket science of the 1600s.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Excuse me, what?
Windbreaker's got a message for you, Dan.
That's my front yard. That is my front yard. I haven't built the TARDIS yet, but that is my front yard.
Now, Dan, that brings up a question that I have posed. If the TARDIS landed at the bottom of the ocean, and the doors open and water rushed in, how much would the sea level drop?
Approximately about the same much as would be contained in the Empire State Building if it were a Coke bottle dropped in water.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
There is probably a group of nerds that already figured this out completely.
So not a lot.
Oh,
not compared to the volume of the ocean, no. Compared to the volume of a double wide trailer, yeah, it's a little bit much. But
hey, Joe.
Yeah.
The Nina carried 26 men.
Oh, 26. So
the Santa Maria was the big one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah, Donna, I said if the water rushed in.
Mm-hmm.
We know there's that force field at the door that keeps space.
It keeps everything out but River Song.
Yeah.
Hello, sweetie. What time do you call this? You coming home this time of night?
So I guess there's
What
one
did you
body of
blow
water
up
that will
now?
always be able to get in.
I like that noise. I love that noise. You left the parking brake on.
I am not willing to accept that as canon. No. That would mean that everybody else that ever had one also left the parking brake on.
Yeah.
No. Somebody's got to remember to undo the latch, you know.
Yeah, but seeing as the console changes every time they regenerate, they probably lost track of where that lever was at some point.
Still, the Master's TARDIS. There were other
TARDIS.
There were other people. Either the machine makes that noise by default, or River Song is going, "You're an idiot. You won't understand what I'm saying anyway, but I love you."
Well, the thing is, every time we hear that noise, the TARDIS is coming in for a landing. So it only makes sense that they put on the parking brake.
Got a good point.
I wrote a fan fiction for Doctor Who one time where he runs into a guy that turns out to be the professor. The professor taught him and the Master and several other Time Lords at university on Gallifrey. Okay. The professor is the guy that built the TARDIS that Doctor Who stole to go off and do his adventures. Okay. And I had a whole it was pretty good. It had a whole backstory and everything.
Well, you know, when you talk about that sound coming in, there's an optimist and a pessimist standing there together and they hear the sound. The optimist thinks hope's coming. The pessimist says hope's leaving. The doctor looks down and sees two idiots standing where he wants to land.
Yep.
Now, may I? John, one of my characters who is big time in my stories was one of the doctor's teachers at university and designs time machines. And you just described exactly what their relationship was.
Excuse me. All right, be right back.
Not saying he designed the doctor's time machine, but he's one of the guys that was on staff when the specs came in and go, that's too small. Wait a minute. I've got to jump that up a little. I either hear somebody snickering or somebody's got a magic marker going.
Rich is working on something.
Yeah.
Yes, you heard both. It's a snickering magic marker.
scraping years of tarnish off my Zippo.
See, my idea for the professor is that he went out adventuring in his TARDIS and he met up with Professor Davros. And they were trying to end the war that the Khalid had been in with that other, I can't remember the name of the other race, but they'd been in this war for forever. And it just decimated both planets.
Well, it was one planet, Skaro.
Right. It's the home planet of the Khalid. And so him and Professor Davros worked together to figure out a way to save the race from all the nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare that had been going on that had just totally destroyed the planet. And they came up with the Daleks. The Daleks weren't invented as war machines. They were invented as environmental cleanup machines to go around and destroy all the biological, chemical, and nuclear basically to clean up the environment. That's why there were so many of them. That's why they had that funky disintegrator and could fly and all sorts of stuff. And as an added benefit, they could preserve the Khalid mutants that we know, what they had deteriorated to because of the war. And then the race that they were at war with, still can't remember their name, but they had a peace treaty going, but the other race broke the peace treaty and launched an orbital bombardment on Skaros. And that was when Davros got crippled the way he was from one of their weapons exchange. And it kind of drove him mad, and he basically reprogrammed all the Daleks as war machines to wipe out their enemy. And those are the Daleks we all know and love today. And because that happened, the professor got admonished for his part in wiping out a civilization, basically. Even though that wasn't his intention. So he got TARDIS got taken away and put in a museum, and he was basically, what would be the best word for it?
Pissed.
He got put into a teaching position at the university and wasn't allowed to leave Gallifrey ever again. That was his punishment, was everyone needed to learn from his mistakes.
The opposing race on Skaro was the Thalls.
Yes.
They were the blonde.
That's why I can never remember the name. It's a stupid name. Thalls.
Excuse me. And
Thalls. If they had a cigarette, it'd be called a Paul Thal.
Okay. Oh my god.
We're a Thalboro.
Yes, I am in a giddy mood tonight. I have new good beer. I'm happy. So.
Yeah, and a few more puns, and I think Rich will just leave.
I don't think he's going to leave. I think he's going to just have to have an ambulance called.
What were you saying, Mike?
I actually have to hop because I have to grab a train in 30 minutes to pick up my girlfriend from Rotterdam. She's finally back from her sailing trip.
Nice.
Awesome. Oh, good. Well, give her our love, but, one at a time.
So we can just keep going all Sunday. I know.
Yeah.
We got
should take till about Thursday night. So
take plenty of breaks to, make sure that you stay...
water and
hydrated.
B12.
Stay hydrated and eat lots of pizza and.
All right,
red beans and peanuts.
Thanks for dropping
Good night,
in,
Mike.
Always a pleasure, guys. See you soon.
All right.
Have a great one.
And Hamish Andrew says, "What's up, lads? Is that another one of your guys, Zach?"
Not that I know of, and if it is, I'm learning somebody new.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
good night, Chris.
Yeah, good night,
Hamish,
Chris.
we've been all over the board on discussions tonight. We've talked rockets, we've talked beards and mustaches, and French Commando School, and Doctor Who, and
Yeah, and French Commando School is not exactly what you think it might be.
And
We
We
do
wore
wear
underwear,
underwear.
so technically it wasn't a commando school.
yeah, and we talked about how big the round was in an A10.
Oh yeah, the A10, the GAU, whatever. I can never remember the name of that cannon.
The Volkswagen.
Just about at the 5-minute warning for you, Dan.
Yes, I know. I've already got the room open.
The
John,
GA
maybe you can help me with this. I've heard the Iraqis called the A10. The sound it makes was Satan's fart.
I have never heard that, but it would not amaze me. It would not surprise me.
Oh, okay.
Because the only thing I've ever heard the Iraqis actually call any American weapon is they called the HIMARS cluster munition steel rain. And that's the only one I've actually heard the Iraqis use. Because that one's horrible. One MLRS launcher can cover an entire grid square with exploding ordnance.
And that's what
1 kilometer by 1 kilometer square.
Ooh, that's a sizable piece of property right there.
Yes, it is. And they usually come in batteries of 6. So 6 of them could cover 6 grid squares easily. So.
And pink, somebody came in.
Pablo Picasso's fourth cousin.
Okay.
That's
our opinion
That
on
is
the
a
homeless
lot
people
more
controversy.
than we can
Mike
squeeze
Picasso.
into additional 4 minutes of show.
4 minutes, 2 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really.
It takes 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes to end the show.
Yes.
You know, I've noticed that we always tend to get a lot of new people right at the end of the show.
Well, hopefully they'll go back and watch the replay for the rest of the show.
And YouTube finally tells them that, hey, they're on.
Is that what it is? YouTube finally got off its butt and told them we got a show going?
Yeah, but they're talking about Thursday's show.
Yeah. Yeah, Hamish, just follow us. Pablo, follow us.
Exactly.
Just so you know, after this show,
not follow, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, and
good job, Jeff.
Hit the notification bell if you want more of this kind of insanity.
And Dan has a show immediately after this one called Last Man Standing, which will also be on a few YouTubes and Facebooks and Twitters and Twitches and jerks
and yet another one with Charles Cummins saying, "Don't end yet. We've got to end sometimes."
Yeah, we got to end this one in
1
minute and 20 seconds. Okay.
Actually, you got 20 seconds before I have to start. So
I'm sorry, 20 seconds, and not 1 minute 20 seconds.
Yeah, like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll be back Thursday night. Thanks, everybody. I got to hit the button. We got to go. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up the long, delirious, burning blue I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
Did not get away with it. Fuck, 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 fuck.